Each day, we bring you the storylines that we think are overplayed or underplayed in the news. Now, if I say 51st state, what do you think of? Puerto Rico? District of Columbia? Nope. Our underplayed story of the day, the growing secession movement in northern Colorado. 6 counties will vote this November whether to secede from Colorado and form a 51st state. Kit Carson County officials may add it to their ballot today, and 3 more counties are considering becoming part of the state of North Colorado. We turn now to Patrick Malone of the Fort Collins Coloradoan, who joins us via Skype for more on this story. Explain to us the genesis of this handful of counties in northern Colorado even contemplating the idea of leaving the state.
Well, the origin is really in a group of counties that feel marginalized by legislation passed this year by a legislature that was regained by the Democrats for the first time in a couple of years. They passed a renewable energy standard for rural electric cooperatives, some gun control legislation, universal background checks, high-capacity magazine restrictions, things of that nature. And there were even proposals to limit oil and gas production, which is key to that part of the state. And they just felt in the eastern plains of Colorado that their voices weren't being heard. They felt marginalized.
Now, Patrick, how is this being received by other people in Colorado who might not live in that region?
Honestly, I think it's a joke outside of the region where it's being discussed. You talk to people on the street in counties like Logan, Morgan, Sedgwick, Weld, those that are part of this groundswell, and they talk about it very earnestly. They say this is the 51st state initiative. You get outside of that pocket, you get around Denver area and more along the Front Range, and people don't take it very seriously.
But like, how would it work? What's the process they have to go through to secede if they really want it? If this actually was something that was taken seriously,
this would require legislative and congressional approval, which are both extreme long shots.
What does it say about Colorado that you have this divide between, as you point out, people in Weld County where this is happening saying, look, this is a legitimate effort, and people in Denver maybe rolling their eyes at it? What does it say about sort of where Colorado is as a state politically?
I think what it says is that these corners of the state that once had fairly strong foothold on the politics and the pulse of the state are really becoming a little impotent. The rural way of life is giving way to a more urban way of life, and really Colorado has become somewhat more blue than it used to be in years past when you look at statewide elections and in particular the last 2 presidential races.
Patrick, thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for your time.
So we've got a lot more on this on the Washington Post's new GovBeat blog, which focuses on state and city politics. We'll post a link on posttv.com, and you can let us know what you think about your underplayed choice on Twitter using #InPlay.